Greetings! So in this lesson, we're going to talk about having a student mindset, especially when we're talking about designing courses or lessons. Now, most educators or trainers would already say, I already do that. However, have you ever done an online course? Or more importantly, have you ever done one of your online courses? No? Prototype it. You do it. Have someone else do it. Have others do it. Get some feedback. And make sure it focuses on the ones who are needing it and not the ones who are pushing it out. Now we're going to talk about three main areas: logic, flow, and intent. And we're going to break it down into blended and self-study. Blended is when the students do a certain amount of the pre-work or the prep work, and then either face-to-face or online, the teacher can bring it all together so it makes a lot of sense for them. Self-study is when the student is doing a lot of the work themselves. They have to go through all of the material. If it's an LMS, they might have a chance to get messages from a teacher or discussion boards with other students. If it's web-based, it's probably, here you go, good luck. Now let's talk about logic. So first of all, with blended, usually it's in a linear fashion based on the key concepts, and the teacher is there to help students make sense of this new material. However, with self-study, it must be based on learner theory. Why? Well, because the information needs to be rolled out in a way that students are going to grasp the concepts really quickly and be able to act on it. Now let's talk about flow. Teachers can actually jump around a bit because they're there to make sense of it all. For example, when I teach workplace preparation to international students, I pretty much simultaneously roll out the information about resumes, cover letters, and interview questions. Why? Because as we get into the interview questions, more information comes out that can go back to the resumes and the cover letters. But the teacher is there to bring all the threads together to make sense. However, now with self-study, it has to be laid out in a linear fashion, more like a book. The teacher can jump around a bit, but it needs to be laid out in the lesson instructions up front so that the student doesn't get lost and can integrate and make sense of what's going on. Now, let's talk about intent. This is really interesting. And you need to consider for blended, why are they taking your course? Is this a compulsory course, something they need to take, must take, whether they want to or not, in order to graduate or meet some sort of requirement? Is it an elective? Yes, it still meets a requirement, but there is some sort of choice involved. Or are they taking your course out of pure personal interest, like say a MOOC? Okay, and this is where curiosity really kicks in. However, from a skills side, are they trying to become much more effective or even make more money from what they're doing from your course to try and become better at whatever the skill set is? So these are all the things to keep in mind. However, with self-study now, the intent needs to be integrated into the marketing materials, the introductory video, the first lesson, the first video. It really needs to be taken from the beginning to want to finish and complete your course. So, in conclusion, how do you get yourself into a student mindset? Well, here's a few questions from the worksheet. Please make sure you download it and the lesson planner from the worksheet that you really need to think about. Especially, have you viewed one of your videos and how did you experience? What was really going on? Was it easy to follow? Did you get the gist? Or did your friends do it, and what is their response? Spend some time in the worksheets, stay curious, and always think for yourself.